Hi everybody. I had a different idea originally for today's vlog. I was going to drive from Lorson Ranch over to the shopping center where Dollar Tree is because I was going to try to get an idea of how long Tisha's daughter and stepdaughter were away from the home that Monday, January 27th, because Tisha had said before that at 4:38 her daughter came home from work and that Tisha helped get her stepdaughter's bicycle out of the garage, and that then the girls had gone to Dollar Tree. And at the time I was thinking that because she mentioned bicycle, maybe the kids bicycled to Dollar Tree, and I didn't know whether they bicycled or drove, but either way I was wondering how long they would have been gone, leaving Tisha to do whatever it was that she was doing alone in the house, cleaning up, who knows. But then today some documents got released, and I went over the first document, which is 23 pages long, and it's the complaint and information. And the first page has redacted written right on the top because, of course, when you look at it, when you get to the witness list, some of the information is removed on a lot of the witnesses that I'm assuming are private citizens and aren't in a professional capacity, maybe neighbors, I don't know. But the first page just has, you know, the information of the case, you know, who's charged and stuff like that. The second page gives the details, and I'm going to read them to you, the 4 counts. And it begins with Daniel H. May, District Attorney for the 4th Judicial District of the State of Colorado, in the name and by the authority of the people of the State of Colorado, informs the court of the following offenses committed or triable in the County of El Paso. Count 1. Murder in the first degree, F1. On or about January 27th, 2020, Letecia Stauch unlawfully, feloniously, and knowingly caused the death of Gannon Stauch. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope. A child who had not yet attained 12 years of age, and the defendant was in a position of trust with respect to the victim in violation of Section 18-3-102, subsection 1, subsection F, CRS. And I'm not going to read the sections of the charges after this. I'm just so you get the whole gist of it. So count 2, child abuse resulting in death, F2. On or about January 27th, 2020, Letecia Stauch unlawfully, feloniously, knowingly, or recklessly caused an injury to, or permitted to be unreasonably placed in a situation that pose a threat of injury to the life or health of a child, namely Gannon Stauch, and engaged in a continued pattern of conduct that resulted in cruel punishment or mistreatment that resulted in the death of the child in violation of section, and you can see it on the I'm going to put it up this page. Count 3, tampering with a deceased human body. On or about January 27th, 2020, Letecia Stauch, believing that an official proceeding was pending, in progress, or about to be instituted, and acting without legal right or authority, unlawfully and feloniously, willfully destroyed, mutilated, concealed, removed, or altered a human body, part of a human body, or human remains with intent to impair its or their appearance or availability in the official proceedings in violation of section, you can read it. Count 4, tampering with physical evidence, F6. On or about January 27th, 2020, Letecia Stauch believing that an official proceeding was pending or about to be instituted, and acting without legal right or authority, unlawfully and feloniously destroyed, mutilated, concealed, removed, or altered physical evidence with intent to impair its verity or availability in the pending or prospective official proceeding in violation of section. All offenses against the peace and dignity of the people of the state of Colorado. Signed, Daniel H. May, District Attorney. Whew. That was... my heart sank. Page 3 is the beginning of the endorsed witness list. The first 15 pages are mostly law enforcement officials. And on this list, there are FBI agents from Colorado, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, West Virginia, Quantico in Washington, D.C., and one FBI official from Everett, Washington office. There is one DEA agent listed on the witness list from Colorado, one Department of Corrections officer from the Garden of the Gods office in Colorado Springs, many representatives of the DA's office in Colorado. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office has several officers on there. Horry County, South Carolina Sheriff's Office, and law enforcement officers from Colorado and South Carolina. Those are police officers, and I think a couple city. Some of them are city officers, and some of them are other types of law enforcement officers. And then also, it was interesting to notice that one of the officers or officials listed for South Carolina is Coastal Carolina University Department of Public Safety. Page 15 is when the non-law enforcement witnesses list begins. It's not separated, but just going through the lists, I saw that finally on page 15 it started not being law enforcement officers. Amongst the witnesses listed on the rest of the document, interestingly enough, they have Memorial Hospital security listed with two different security officers listed for Memorial Hospital here in Colorado Springs. They have two people from Avis Rental Cars on Milton Proby Parkway here in the Springs. There was nothing listed for Budget Rent-A-Car, but maybe that's because the budget information was released and we all know about it. But it appears that she has rented other vehicles that are pertinent to this, and maybe the Budget Rent-A-Car thing was just another red herring of hers. I don't know. Anyway, I got shivers seeing that also on the list are two people from Waste Management Services, two or three, no, okay, one witness from Widefield Water and Sanitation. And it's obvious that Gannon Switch has something to do with this case because they have listed on here the name of a Nintendo support specialist as one of the witnesses. Not surprising, on the list is Petco at 5020 North Nevada, and they have two employees listed and the loss prevention specialist listed. And I'm sure that that has something to do with security and security cameras. Also listed is a man from Big Wave Car Wash here in the Springs. So looks like she did some cleaning. A man from Coles at 4910 North Nevada. Someone from New Cloud in Englewood, Colorado. I looked up New Cloud and found out that it's an internet cloud provider. So, the data that's been sent to the cloud, obviously they can retrieve it. There are several gas stations listed. The first one that I found was Conoco on 428 West Garden of the Gods, and they have 2 Conoco employees listed. And then they have a 7-Eleven / Conoco where they have 1 employee listed. They're also talking or having on the list 2 employees of District 20, someone listed from Fort Carson. They have a specialist from Ring Law Enforcement, so they'll probably be bringing a lot more Ring camera footage. They're talking to and having on the list the manager of Vapor Source. I looked it up, and there are 3 different vapor sources in the Springs, so I don't know which store it was. One's on North Academy, one's on North Tejon, and one's on North Powers. They're talking to, or having on the list, they have talked to and have on the list 3 people from Widefield District 3. They have 2 people from Mountain View Electric, and I put up a little map of Mountain View Electric's service area. And as you can see, they're a rural electric company, and they do provide service in the area where the searches were, up there on the curve off the 105, among other places. They have witnesses from a couple of different subways. They have 1 from a subway on North Powers, and 1 from a subway on Stetson Hills Boulevard, 1 from a subway on Palmer Park Boulevard. Besides the subway information, they also have Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They talked to and have on the list an employee and a risk manager from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They have on the list someone from Mike Maroon Volkswagen on Automall Loop. And we know that the daughter's Volkswagen was taken by the police for investigation. I don't know if it was released or not. We also know that in the phone call that Dad with the Phone played, she mentioned that her car has been taken, and I believe her car that she was so worried about putting too many miles on was leased, and it was also a Volkswagen, so maybe it was about that vehicle. Maybe it was checking out those details of that lease. Remember, she's trying to say that she couldn't go over so many miles a month. And they talked to a gas and have on the list 2 employees of a gas station, Phillips 66 on Austin Bluffs, someone at a Conoco on North Academy. They are talking to and have on the list someone from Come and Go on Fountain Mesa Road, which is right near that Dollar Tree that's by their home, where the 2 girls went that Monday after 4:30, when possibly Letecia was getting them out of the way so she could do something at the house. They talked to and have on the list a representative for Verizon. They have the director of construction from Norwood Development, which does residential and business construction locally. They also were looking into her financials, and they have several people on the witness list in that regard. They have someone from Capital One, 3 people from USAA, a person from Bank of America, a representative from Green Dot, which does prepaid MasterCard and Visa cards. They have someone from PayPal. They have someone from JP Morgan Chase, 2 people from Wells Fargo, someone from American Express, and someone from Synchrony Bank. And they also have 2 people that I think are probably going to be some kind of special witnesses. They have Pamela Smith, who is a botanist with the Colorado National Heritage Program, listed. And they also have Tom Griffin from Bevel and Gardner. And Bevel and Gardner is a forensics company that does DNA analysis, computer crime scene animations, and they study blood spatter. And Tom Griffin, the guy that's on the witness list, has 27 years of experience working with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation prior to this job. He is a senior crime scene analyst. He's a bloodstain pattern analyst, and he's a crime scene reconstructionist. So it's quite a lot. Oh, and of course, there are Landon, Al, and Lena are on the witness list, as is Harley Hunt. A lot of people have been wondering whether or not her daughter was going to be called, and she is. And also on the list, it says in bold, Gannon Stauch, care of next of kin. We'll continue researching this case and bring you more as soon as we come up with so that's quite a lot to deal with today, and please stick around. I'll be bringing you more content soon. And I was really shocked and confused to see a certain witness on the list. They have Norma Sechrist of the Butler County Coroner's Office listed. I googled it and found her. She is with the coroner's office in Ohio, Butler County, Ohio. I don't know what that has to do, and I think it might be something big, and I just don't know what to think.